The One Mind, written and published by Books Reader. What if the difference between average and extraordinary thinking wasn't talent, but habit? Every day, the world's most exceptional minds engage in subtle practices, seemingly insignificant yet profoundly impactful. These aren't grand gestures or revolutionary breakthroughs, rather, they are small, deliberate choices that compound over time, much like intellectual investments yielding exponential returns. While many chase the latest productivity trends, elite thinkers have quietly mastered a set of mental routines that challenge conventional wisdom. This book uncovers their hidden advantage, the daily habits that transform ordinary individuals into extraordinary thinkers. The distinction between good and exceptional isn't about where you begin, it's about what you do consistently, day after day. Lesson 1: Silence sharpens mental power. In an age overwhelmed by constant noise, silence has become a rare and invaluable asset. The endless stream of notifications, media, and daily chatter has conditioned many to fear quiet moments. Yet, it is within these moments that the mind discovers its true power and potential. The human brain processes approximately 70,000 thoughts each day, yet in our noisy world, these thoughts rarely receive the attention they deserve. Silence acts as a catalyst for mental clarity, fostering new neural connections and allowing insights to emerge naturally. Research indicates that just 2 hours of silence daily can stimulate cell growth in the hippocampus, the brain's center for memory, learning, and emotion. Throughout history, exceptional thinkers have recognized the transformative power of silence. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart famously stated that music is not in the notes but in the silence between them. This principle extends beyond music, applying to all realms of thought and creativity. The spaces between active thinking are where our minds integrate information, solve problems, and generate innovative ideas. Cultivating silence in your daily life. Integrating intentional silence into your routine begins with small, manageable steps. Start each morning with just 5 minutes of complete quiet before the day's demands take over. Find a peaceful space where you won't be disturbed and simply sit with your thoughts, without attempting to meditate or empty your mind. Instead, allow clarity to emerge naturally in the absence of external distractions. Over time, gradually extend these moments of silence. Some of the world's most brilliant minds dedicate entire, think weeks to disconnect from all distractions, but you can achieve similar benefits through daily practice. The key lies in consistency rather than duration. Even 15 minutes of true silence holds more value than an hour spent attempting quiet while checking your phone. Modern society has conditioned many to feel uncomfortable with silence, leading to an instinctive urge to reach for devices or fill quiet moments with background noise. Overcoming this habit starts with recognizing that discomfort with silence is a learned behavior, one that can be unlearned. Each time you resist the temptation to fill the quiet, you strengthen your ability for deep thought and heightened mental clarity. Creating a sanctuary for silence. Physical environments play a crucial role in fostering silence. Designate a specific space in your home or workspace as a quiet zone, free from electronic distractions. Consider sound-dampening materials or white noise machines to minimize interruptions. These spaces become sanctuaries for your most meaningful and productive thinking. Silence extends beyond the mere absence of sound. It also involves reducing visual distractions, digital interruptions, and even internal noise. By embracing quiet moments, you unlock the cognitive depth and creativity that set exceptional thinkers apart. Mastering inner silence. Learning to quiet your inner dialogue takes time, but the benefits are profound. In moments of deep silence, you begin to perceive subtle thoughts and connections that are often lost in the noise of daily life. Many exceptional thinkers incorporate silence rituals into their routines. Some write in the stillness of the early morning, others take silent walks in nature, and some engage in meditation. The specific practice is less important than the consistency of the habit. What works for one person may not suit another, but the underlying principle remains the same. Regular periods of silence enhance mental sharpness and deepen cognitive abilities. As you cultivate a relationship with silence, you'll realize that it is not merely the absence of sound but the presence of clarity. This clarity becomes a strategic advantage in a world where most people are perpetually distracted. The ability to think deeply and clearly in silence becomes a superpower, enabling you to recognize solutions and opportunities that others overlook. The path to exceptional thinking begins with embracing silence. Start today by carving out small moments of quiet in your daily life. Observe how your mind responds, how your thoughts gain clarity, and your cognitive abilities expand. Within silence lies the foundation for all other habits of exceptional thinkers. Lesson 2: Deep questions unlock genius. Every great thinker in history has mastered the art of asking profound questions. The ability to challenge assumptions, probe deeper into reality, and explore the mysteries of existence is what distinguishes extraordinary minds from the ordinary. By learning to ask better questions, we unlock insights and understanding that remain inaccessible to those who passively accept surface-level answers. The journey to intellectual brilliance begins with self-inquiry. Turning our curiosity inward helps us examine our thought processes, beliefs, and limitations. Questions like, what assumptions am I making? And how do I know this to be true? Create openings in our mental frameworks, allowing new insights to emerge. These moments of questioning often lead to transformative realizations that reshape our understanding of the world. The most powerful questions challenged fundamental assumptions. When Albert Einstein asked himself what he would see if he could travel alongside a beam of light, he laid the foundation for the theory of relativity. When Steve Jobs questioned why computers couldn't be both beautiful and user-friendly, he revolutionized personal computing. These groundbreaking questions share a common trait: they defy conventional thinking and open the door to new possibilities. Cultivating the art of inquiry. Developing a habit of asking powerful questions requires practice and intentionality. Begin by framing open-ended questions that start with how and what rather than closed questions that elicit a simple yes or no response. For instance, instead of asking, "Can this problem be solved?" reframe it as, "How might we approach this challenge differently?" This subtle shift activates creativity and expands the range of possible solutions. The Socratic method, named after the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, offers a structured approach to deep questioning. It involves systematically examining beliefs and assumptions through layers of inquiry, where each answer leads to a deeper question. This method fosters a level of understanding that superficial thinking cannot achieve and can be applied to personal growth, problem-solving, and creative innovation. The transformative power of questions. The quality of the questions we ask shapes the quality of our lives. When faced with difficulties, the way we frame our questions determines the solutions we uncover. Instead of asking, "Why does this always happen to me?" which reinforces a victim mindset, ask, "What can I learn from this situation?" This reframe turns challenges into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Embracing question-based problem-solving expands our thinking. When encountering a difficult situation, consider multiple perspectives by asking, "What am I missing? What would an expert in this field suggest? Or how would a child view this problem?" These diverse angles open new pathways for creative solutions. By refining the art of questioning, we cultivate a mindset that seeks deeper understanding, challenges limitations, and unlocks new realms of potential. It involves systematically examining beliefs and assumptions through progressive layers of inquiry. Each answer leads to another question, creating a depth of understanding that superficial thinking cannot achieve. This method can be applied to personal growth, problem-solving, and creative endeavors. Quality questions create a quality life. When faced with challenges, the questions we ask determine the solutions we find. Instead of asking, "Why does this always happen to me?" which leads to victimhood, ask, "What can I learn from this situation?" This reframes challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. The art of questioning becomes a tool for personal transformation. Question-based problem-solving opens new pathways in our thinking. When confronting a difficult situation, ask questions from multiple perspectives. What would this look like from a different angle? What assumptions am I making? What if the opposite were true? These questions help break through mental barriers and reveal innovative solutions that logic alone might miss. Incorporating daily questioning practices builds this mental muscle over time. Start each morning with reflection questions. What matters most today? How can I make a meaningful difference? What am I curious about? And each day with evaluative questions. What did I learn? Where did I grow? What questions emerged today? This ritual creates a framework for continuous learning and growth. The genius within each of us remains dormant until awakened by the right questions. Like a key turning in a lock, powerful questions open doors to new understanding, creativity, and innovation. They challenge our assumptions, expand our perspective, and push us beyond comfortable thinking patterns. The practice of deep questioning becomes a daily habit that distinguishes exceptional thinkers from passive observers. As you cultivate this habit, the quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. Start asking better questions and watch as new possibilities emerge. The genius within you is waiting to be unlocked one question at a time. Lesson 3: Consistent effort beats raw talent. The notion of natural genius has captivated society for generations, creating a false narrative that exceptional thinking is solely the domain of those blessed with innate talent. This myth has discouraged countless people from pursuing their intellectual potential, leading them to believe that without raw talent, they cannot achieve extraordinary mental capabilities. The truth reveals a different story. Consistent effort and deliberate practice trump natural ability in the long run. Consider the journey of chess grandmasters, mathematical prodigies, and revolutionary thinkers throughout history. While some may have possessed natural inclinations toward their fields, their success predominantly stemmed from thousands of hours of dedicated practice and persistent effort. The brain, like a muscle, responds to regular exercise and conditioning. When we engage in consistent mental challenges, our neural pathways strengthen, creating more efficient thought processes and deeper understanding. Building mental stamina requires a systematic approach. Start with manageable periods of focused thought, gradually increasing duration and complexity. A daily practice of 20 minutes of concentrated problem solving can evolve into hours of sustained intellectual engagement over time. This progression mirrors physical training, where athletes build endurance through incremental increases in intensity and duration. The key to sustainable practice lies in creating habits that seamlessly integrate into daily life. Rather than attempting dramatic transformations, focus on small, consistent actions that compound over time. This might involve dedicating the first hour of each morning to learning, solving complex problems during peak mental hours, or engaging in regular intellectual discussions with peers. These practices, when maintained consistently, create a foundation for exceptional thinking. Plateaus are natural parts of any growth journey. When progress seems to stall, it is essential to recognize these phases as opportunities for consolidation rather than signs of failure. During these periods, subtle improvements continue beneath the surface, strengthening neural connections and deepening understanding. Varying approaches, exploring related fields, or temporarily increasing challenge levels can help overcome these apparent standstills. Progress tracking becomes crucial for maintaining motivation and adjusting strategies. Document your thinking processes, breakthroughs, and challenges in a dedicated journal. This record serves multiple purposes. It provides concrete evidence of growth, helps identify patterns in your learning, and offers insights into optimal conditions for your intellectual development. Regular review of these records reveals progress that might otherwise go unnoticed in day-to-day practice. Long-term commitment strategies require both structure and flexibility. Create a framework that supports daily practice while allowing for adaptation as circumstances change. This might include scheduling non-negotiable thinking time, establishing accountability partnerships, or setting progressive challenges that align with your goals. Consistency doesn't mean rigidity. Adjust your approach when needed while maintaining the core commitment to regular practice. The power of consistent effort extends beyond individual growth. As you develop stronger thinking habits, you create positive ripple effects in your professional and personal life. Enhanced problem-solving abilities, deeper analytical skills, and improved mental clarity become natural byproducts of your commitment to regular practice. These benefits compound over time, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and achievement. Exceptional thinking isn't reserved for a select few born with extraordinary gifts. It's accessible to anyone willing to invest in consistent, deliberate practice. The path to developing a one mind involves showing up day after day, embracing the process of gradual improvement, and maintaining faith in the power of persistent effort. While talent might give someone a head start, it's the individual who commits to consistent practice who ultimately achieves lasting success and true mental excellence. Lesson 4, Growth Mindset Creates Breakthroughs. Our mindset shapes every aspect of our thinking, learning, and achievement. The difference between those who consistently achieve breakthroughs and those who remain stagnant often lies in their fundamental beliefs about human potential. A growth mindset first identified by psychologist Carol Dweck represents the understanding that our abilities can be developed through dedication, hard work, and strategic learning. The foundations of a growth mindset begin with recognizing that our brains are malleable, constantly forming new neural connections through experience and practice. This neuroplasticity means that intelligence, creativity, and capability aren't fixed traits, but rather qualities that can be cultivated and expanded. When we embrace this truth, we naturally approach challenges differently, seeing them as opportunities for growth rather than threats to our identity. Limiting beliefs often manifest as seemingly innocent thoughts. I'm not creative, I'm bad at math, or I can't learn new technologies. These self-imposed constraints act as invisible barriers preventing us from even attempting activities that could lead to breakthroughs. By recognizing these thoughts as products of a fixed mindset, we can actively challenge and reframe them. Instead of "I can't," we learn to add "yet" to our statements, opening the door to possibility and progress. Failure takes on new meaning through the lens of a growth mindset. Rather than viewing it as evidence of inadequacy, we recognize it as valuable feedback, data that informs our next attempts. This perspective shift transforms failure from a dreaded outcome into a necessary step toward mastery. The most innovative thinkers in history embraced failure as an integral part of their process, understanding that each unsuccessful attempt brought them closer to breakthrough solutions. Mental flexibility, a key component of the growth mindset, allows us to adapt our thinking strategies based on the situation. When faced with obstacles, those with mental flexibility can pivot their approach, viewing problems from different angles and considering alternative solutions. This adaptability prevents us from becoming stuck in rigid thinking patterns that limit our potential for breakthroughs. Creating breakthrough moments requires deliberate practice in maintaining a growth mindset during challenging situations. This might involve actively seeking feedback even when it's uncomfortable, or deliberately taking on projects slightly beyond our current capabilities. The discomfort we feel in these moments isn't a signal to retreat, but rather evidence that we're expanding our capabilities. The language we use both internally and externally plays a crucial role in cultivating a growth mindset. Phrases like "I'm learning to," "I'm developing," and "I'm working on" reinforce the understanding that our abilities are in constant development. This subtle shift in vocabulary can profoundly impact our approach to challenges and our persistence in pursuing solutions. Building a growth mindset also involves recognizing and celebrating the process of learning rather than focusing solely on outcomes. When we acknowledge the effort, strategies, and persistence that lead to success, we reinforce the connection between dedicated practice and improvement. This appreciation for the journey makes us more likely to engage in the deep, focused work necessary for breakthroughs. The environment we create around us can either support or hinder our growth mindset development. Surrounding ourselves with others who embrace continuous learning, seek challenges, and view setbacks as temporary obstacles creates a powerful ecosystem for breakthrough thinking. This supportive environment provides both inspiration and practical strategies for maintaining a growth-oriented perspective. A growth mindset isn't just about individual achievement. It fundamentally changes how we interact with others and approach collective challenges. When we believe in the potential for growth in ourselves, we naturally extend this belief to others, fostering more collaborative and innovative environments. This expanded perspective allows us to see possibilities where others might see limitations, ultimately leading to breakthroughs that benefit not just ourselves but our entire sphere of influence. Lesson 5. Quality rest enhances clarity. The most profound breakthroughs often come not during intense work sessions but in moments of genuine rest. Elite thinkers understand that quality rest isn't merely the absence of work. It's an active ingredient in developing exceptional mental capabilities. The human brain, despite its remarkable processing power, requires dedicated periods of recovery to maintain peak performance and generate innovative insights. Mental recovery follows distinct patterns that we can optimize for enhanced clarity. During deep sleep, our brains process information, consolidate memories, and clean out metabolic waste through the glymphatic system. This biological process directly impacts our cognitive function, creativity, and problem-solving abilities during waking hours. Leading thinkers prioritize sleep not as a luxury but as a fundamental pillar of their mental performance. Active rest techniques complement traditional sleep patterns. Strategic breaks throughout the day when properly executed can reset neural pathways and prevent cognitive fatigue. A 10-minute walk in nature, a brief meditation session, or simply gazing out a window can provide the mental space needed for complex ideas to crystallize. These moments of apparent idleness are actually periods of intense neural integration and insight generation. Sleep hygiene practices form the foundation of quality rest. Creating a consistent sleep schedule aligns our circadian rhythms with natural biological patterns. The hour before sleep is particularly crucial. Avoiding blue light from screens, engaging in calming activities, and maintaining a cool, dark sleeping environment all contribute to more restorative rest. Many exceptional thinkers maintain evening routines that signal to their bodies and minds that it's time to transition from active processing to regenerative rest. Meditation and mindfulness serve as bridges between active thinking and restorative rest. Regular meditation practice strengthens our ability to quiet mental chatter, reducing the cognitive load that accumulates throughout the day. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing can reset stress responses and create mental clarity. Most effective thinkers often incorporate multiple short meditation sessions into their daily routines, treating them as mental reset points. Balancing work and rest requires understanding our personal cognitive rhythms. Some people experience peak mental clarity in the early morning while others find their groove late at night. By identifying and working with these natural patterns, we can schedule our most demanding cognitive tasks during peak periods and reserve lower energy times for rest and recovery. This rhythmic approach to mental work and rest maximizes both productivity and insights. Rest isn't just about recovery, it's also about integration. During periods of relaxation, our brains naturally process information and make connections that might be missed during focused work. This is why solutions to complex problems often appear during a shower, walk, or upon waking. By providing our minds with adequate rest, we allow these integrative processes to occur naturally and effectively. The quality of rest directly influences the quality of thought. Poor rest leads to decreased cognitive function, impaired decision-making, and reduced creativity. Conversely, proper rest enhances mental clarity, improves emotional regulation, and increases our capacity for complex thinking. Elite thinkers view rest as an investment in their cognitive capabilities, not as time away from productivity. Creating boundaries between work and rest is essential in our always connected world. This might mean establishing tech-free zones, setting specific times for deep work versus recovery, or creating physical spaces dedicated to relaxation. These boundaries help our brains transition between different modes of operation, maximizing the benefits of both focused work and restorative rest. Quality rest requires practice and intention just like any other aspect of exceptional thinking. By treating rest as a skill to be developed rather than a passive state to be entered, we can enhance its effectiveness in supporting our cognitive goals. Through consistent application of these principles, rest becomes not just a biological necessity but a powerful tool for developing and maintaining exceptional mental capabilities. Lesson 6: Elite input shapes elite thinking. Our minds are constantly processing information from our environment, shaping our thoughts, beliefs, and decision-making patterns. The quality of information we consume directly impacts the quality of our thinking. Exceptional thinkers understand this fundamental principle and carefully curate their information diet with the same attention they give to their physical nutrition. The first step in elevating your thinking is becoming intentional about your information sources. Consider every piece of content you consume as either an investment in your mental growth or a withdrawal from your cognitive potential. High-quality books, well-researched articles, thought-provoking podcasts, and meaningful conversations with intelligent people serve as intellectual nutrients that foster sophisticated thinking patterns. Digital consumption requires particular attention in today's hyper-connected world. Social media feeds, news websites, and endless entertainment options compete for our mental bandwidth. Exceptional thinkers implement strict digital diet strategies, allocating specific times for online engagement and maintaining firm boundaries around their consumption habits. They might dedicate the first hours of their day to deep reading before allowing any digital interruptions, ensuring their minds begin with substantive material rather than shallow content. Creating an optimal intellectual environment extends beyond personal consumption habits. Your physical space should reflect and support your thinking goals. This might mean establishing a dedicated learning area filled with inspiring books, maintaining a clean and organized workspace, or displaying visual reminders of complex concepts you're exploring. The environment you cultivate becomes a passive influence on your thought patterns. Network optimization plays a crucial role in shaping elite thinking. The people you regularly interact with influence your thought patterns, aspirations, and beliefs. Exceptional thinkers actively seek relationships with people who challenge their assumptions, introduce new perspectives, and maintain high standards of intellectual discourse. They participate in mastermind groups, attend thought-provoking conferences, and engage in regular discussions with mentors who have achieved the level of thinking they aspire to reach. Knowledge synthesis represents another vital aspect of elite input. Rather than consuming information in isolation, exceptional thinkers actively connect concepts across disciplines. They might combine insights from biology, psychology, and business to develop innovative solutions. This cross-pollination of ideas leads to unique perspectives and breakthrough thinking that wouldn't be possible through single-domain expertise. Creating effective systems for processing and retrieving information enhances the value of elite input. This might include maintaining detailed notes on important readings, creating concept maps to connect different ideas, or developing personal frameworks for evaluating new information. These systems help transform passive consumption into active learning and enable better application of knowledge in different contexts. The quality of questions you ask while consuming information significantly impacts its value. Elite thinkers approach new information with a structured inquiry process. How does this connect to what I already know? What assumptions underlie these ideas? How can I apply this in different contexts? These questions transform passive reading into active learning and help extract maximum value from each input source. Regular evaluation of information sources ensures continued growth. Exceptional thinkers periodically assess their input channels, which sources consistently provide valuable insights, which relationships stimulate intellectual growth, which environments enhance thinking quality. This ongoing refinement helps maintain high standards and prevent stagnation. Elite thinking requires patience and consistency in maintaining high-quality inputs. It's better to deeply understand one significant idea than to superficially expose yourself to hundreds of shallow concepts. Quality always trumps quantity in the realm of intellectual development. By consciously shaping your information diet, environmental influences, and relationship network, you create the conditions for exceptional thinking to emerge naturally and consistently. Lesson 7: Solitude builds mental strength. The modern world constantly bombards us with noise, notifications, and social obligations, making solitude an increasingly rare and valuable commodity. For exceptional thinkers, deliberately seeking solitude isn't just a luxury. It's a necessity for developing robust mental strength and clarity of thought. True solitude goes beyond merely being alone. It requires intentionally disconnecting from external influences and creating space for deep independent thinking. When we remove ourselves from the constant stream of other people's opinions, social media updates, and daily distractions, we allow our minds to process information more deeply and develop original insights. The practice of planned isolation serves multiple purposes in strengthening our mental capabilities. First, it helps us develop self-reliance in our thinking processes. When we're alone with our thoughts, we can't immediately turn to others for answers or validation. This forces us to trust our judgment and develop our analytical skills. The discomfort that sometimes accompanies solitude is actually a sign of growth. It means we're pushing beyond our usual mental dependencies. Creating thinking retreats doesn't require elaborate planning or expensive getaways. It can be as simple as dedicating an hour each morning to sit alone in a quiet room, taking a solo walk in nature, or finding an isolated spot in a library. The key is to establish boundaries that protect this solitary time from interruptions. Many profound thinkers throughout history have maintained such practices, from philosophers who walked alone in gardens to scientists who worked in isolated laboratories. Solo problem-solving methods become more effective during periods of solitude without the immediate influence of others' perspectives. We can explore problems from unique angles and develop innovative solutions. This isn't to dismiss the value of collaboration but rather to recognize that some of our best thinking happens when we're alone with our challenges. The emotional resistance to solitude is real and must be acknowledged. Many people feel uncomfortable or anxious when alone with their thoughts. This discomfort often stems from our society's emphasis on constant connection and entertainment. Building comfort with solitude is a gradual process that requires patience and practice. Start with short periods and gradually extend them as your capacity for solitary thinking grows. Self-reliance in thinking is a natural outcome of regular solitude practice. As you spend more time alone with your thoughts, you'll develop greater confidence in your mental abilities. This self-trust becomes invaluable when facing complex decisions or challenging situations where you must rely on your judgment. The balance between solitude and connection is crucial. The goal isn't to become a hermit, but to develop the ability to think independently while maintaining meaningful relationships. Regular periods of solitude can actually enhance our interactions with others by helping us develop clearer perspectives and more original ideas to share. Mental strength built through solitude manifests in various ways. Enhanced creativity, better decision-making, improved emotional regulation, and deeper self-awareness. These benefits compound over time, making regular solitude an investment in long-term cognitive development. The practice of solitude requires protecting your time and space from encroachment. This might mean setting boundaries with technology, adjusting your schedule, or communicating your needs to others. The effort to create and maintain these boundaries is worth it for the mental clarity and strength that solitude provides. In essence, solitude is a powerful tool for developing mental strength, but it must be approached intentionally and practiced regularly. The ability to be alone with your thoughts, work through challenges independently, and maintain clarity despite external pressures is a hallmark of exceptional thinkers. By making solitude a regular part of your routine, you invest in your mental capabilities and set yourself apart in an increasingly connected world. Lesson 8: Daily writing reveals wisdom. Writing is the physical manifestation of our thoughts, a powerful tool that transforms fleeting ideas into concrete wisdom. When we commit to daily writing, we create a dialogue with our deepest selves, uncovering insights that might otherwise remain hidden in the recesses of our minds. This practice serves as both a mirror and a lens, reflecting our current understanding while focusing our attention on what truly matters. The act of writing forces clarity. Unlike casual thinking or conversation, writing demands precision and structure. As we put pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, we must organize our thoughts coherently, which naturally leads to deeper understanding. This process often reveals gaps in our logic or understanding that we might not have noticed through mental contemplation alone. When we write regularly, we develop an internal editor who helps us refine not just our writing, but our thinking itself. A daily writing practice can take many forms. Some prefer morning pages where they write 3 pages of stream of consciousness thoughts immediately upon waking. Others maintain structured journals documenting their experiences, challenges, and breakthroughs. Still others focus on idea development, using writing to explore concepts and innovations. The specific format matters less than the consistency of the practice and the honest engagement with our thoughts. The wisdom revealed through writing often comes unexpectedly. We might sit down to write about one topic only to discover profound insights about something entirely different. This emergence of unexpected wisdom occurs because writing engages both our conscious and subconscious minds. As we write, we access deeper layers of understanding that aren't immediately available to our surface-level thinking. Building a sustainable writing habit requires both commitment and strategy. Starting with a modest goal, such as writing for 15 minutes each day, creates momentum without overwhelming our schedules. Finding our optimal writing time, whether early morning, late at night, or during lunch breaks, helps ensure consistency. The key is to make writing as natural as breathing, an essential part of our daily routine rather than an occasional activity. The power of daily writing extends beyond personal insight. When we regularly capture our thoughts, we create a valuable archive of our intellectual and personal growth. This repository becomes a source of inspiration and reference, allowing us to track patterns in our thinking, observe our evolution, and build upon previous insights. Over time, these accumulated writings form a personal knowledge base that can inform future decisions and spark new ideas. Publishing our writings, whether through a blog, social media, or traditional channels, adds another dimension to this practice. Sharing our thoughts with others invites dialogue and feedback, exposing us to new perspectives and challenging our assumptions. The act of writing for an audience also pushes us to articulate our ideas more clearly and thoroughly, further refining our thinking process. The digital age offers numerous tools for capturing and organizing our written thoughts, from note-taking apps to digital journals. However, there's unique value in handwriting, particularly for initial drafts or personal reflections. The physical act of writing engages different neural pathways than typing, often leading to deeper processing and retention of ideas. As with any transformative practice, the benefits of daily writing compound over time. Each day's writing builds upon previous insights, creating a rich tapestry of interconnected thoughts and observations. This cumulative effect transforms our writing practice from a simple habit into a powerful tool for personal and intellectual growth. Through consistent writing, we not only document our journey, but actively shape our thinking patterns and decision-making capabilities. The wisdom revealed through daily writing becomes a foundation for exceptional thinking. By making writing an integral part of our daily routine, we create a reliable method for processing experiences, developing ideas, and uncovering insights that might otherwise remain unexplored. This practice stands as a cornerstone habit for those seeking to develop and maintain one's mind. Lesson 9: Conscious thought breaks limits. The most profound breakthroughs in human history have come from people who dared to think beyond conventional boundaries. Conscious thought, or meta-ignition, thinking about thinking, is the gateway to breaking through our perceived limits and accessing higher levels of cognitive performance. When we engage in conscious thought, we activate areas of the brain responsible for executive function and creative problem solving. This heightened awareness allows us to observe our thinking patterns, challenge our assumptions, and intentionally direct our mental energy toward more productive pathways. By developing metacognition skills, we can identify and overcome the cognitive biases that often hold us back from reaching our full potential. One powerful practice is to regularly audit your thinking patterns. Notice when you automatically dismiss ideas or opportunities based on past experiences or limiting beliefs. These mental shortcuts, while useful for everyday functioning, can become barriers to innovation and growth. By consciously examining these patterns, you can begin to question whether they truly serve your goals or merely maintain comfortable boundaries. Decision-making frameworks provide structure for conscious thought. Rather than relying on instinct or emotion, systematic approaches help us consider multiple perspectives and potential outcomes. The RAP method: widen options, reality, test assumptions, attain distance, prepare to be wrong, is one such framework that promotes thorough analysis and reduces the impact of cognitive biases. These frameworks don't replace intuition, but rather complement it by ensuring we've examined problems from all angles. Innovation requires breaking free from established mental models. This process begins with conscious awareness of our current paradigms and actively seeking alternatives. When faced with a challenge, practice generating multiple solutions rather than settling for the first viable option. Ask yourself what assumptions you're making and what might be possible if those assumptions weren't true. This deliberate expansion of possibilities often leads to breakthrough insights. Developing conscious thought also involves training your mind to recognize and challenge cognitive biases. Confirmation bias leads us to seek information that supports our existing beliefs while dismissing contradictory evidence. Anchoring bias causes us to rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive. By actively acknowledging these biases, we can implement strategies to counteract their influence on our thinking. The practice of conscious thought extends beyond problem-solving to everyday awareness. Pay attention to your internal dialogue and emotional responses throughout the day. Notice how different environments and situations affect your thinking clarity. This heightened self-awareness helps you optimize conditions for peak mental performance and identify triggers that may limit your cognitive capabilities. Visualization is another powerful tool for breaking through mental limits. When you consciously imagine new possibilities, you create neural pathways that make those possibilities more achievable. Spend time regularly visualizing yourself operating at higher levels of thinking and performance. This practice helps overcome the self-imposed limitations that often stem from past experiences or societal conditioning. Building a habit of conscious thought requires dedication and practice. Set aside specific times each day for metacognition exercises. During these periods, examine your thinking processes, challenge your assumptions, and explore new mental territories. Write down insights and patterns you discover, as this documentation helps reinforce learning and tracks your progress over time. Breaking limits through conscious thought is not about forcing breakthrough moments. Instead, it's about creating the conditions where insights can naturally emerge. By maintaining awareness of your thinking processes, challenging assumptions, and consistently pushing beyond comfortable mental boundaries, you develop the capacity for higher-level cognition and creative problem-solving. This practice of conscious thought ultimately leads to expanded possibilities in every area of life. As you develop these skills, you'll find yourself naturally approaching challenges with greater clarity, creativity, and confidence. The limits you once perceived as fixed boundaries become mere stepping stones to higher levels of thinking and achievement. Final lesson: reflection compounds excellence. The exponential power of reflection is perhaps the most underappreciated force in developing exceptional thinking. Like compound interest in finance, small daily acts of reflection accumulate into profound wisdom and breakthrough insights over time. When we consistently pause to examine our thoughts, decisions, and experiences, we create an upward spiral of excellence that transforms our cognitive capabilities. The process begins with creating dedicated time for reflection. This isn't simply remembering what happened, but deeply analyzing the patterns, principles, and possibilities within our experiences. Top performers across fields maintain systematic reflection practices, often through a combination of daily journaling, weekly reviews, and quarterly deep dives into their progress and direction. Effective reflection requires both structure and flexibility. A useful framework is to examine what worked well, what could be improved, what was learned, and what adjustments should be made moving forward. However, reflection shouldn't feel like a rigid checklist. It's an organic exploration of your thoughts and experiences, allowing insights to emerge naturally through contemplation. The compound effect becomes evident when we consistently capture and build upon these insights. Each reflection session creates new neural pathways and deeper understanding that serves as a foundation for future growth. What might seem like minor realizations in the moment accumulate into profound shifts in thinking over weeks, months, and years. A crucial element of compounding reflection is the practice of meta-reflection, thinking about how we think and reflect. This involves regularly examining our reflection methods themselves, refining our approach, and discovering increasingly effective ways to extract wisdom from experience. As we become more skilled at reflection, the compound effect accelerates. Adaptation is central to this process. Through consistent reflection, we develop heightened awareness of when our thinking patterns or strategies need adjustment. This allows us to correct quickly, experiment with new approaches, and continuously optimize our mental models. The ability to adapt through reflection separates exceptional thinkers from those who remain stuck in rigid patterns. Long-term vision provides crucial context for reflection, while daily reflection focuses on immediate experiences and insights. Maintaining awareness of our broader trajectory ensures our growth aligns with our ultimate aspirations. Regular reflection on our vision allows us to refine it based on new understanding while keeping our daily efforts connected to meaningful purpose. The compound effect of reflection extends beyond individual growth. As we develop deeper insight through consistent reflection, we become better equipped to support others' development, contribute meaningful ideas, and positively influence our environment. The wisdom gained through reflection naturally ripples outward, creating value for our communities and fields of endeavor. Measuring progress in reflection can be subtle but profound. Rather than focusing solely on quantitative metrics, notice how your quality of thought evolves: increased clarity, more nuanced understanding, better questions, and improved decision. These indicators reveal the compound effect in action. The most powerful reflection practices become seamlessly integrated into daily life. While structured reflection times remain valuable, exceptional thinkers develop the ability to maintain a reflective awareness throughout their activities. This creates a continuous feedback loop of experience, reflection, insight, and growth that accelerates the compound effect. Reflection compounds excellence by transforming every experience into an opportunity for deeper understanding and growth. When we commit to consistent quality reflection, we set in motion an exponential process of mental development that builds upon itself endlessly. This compound effect of reflection is the engine that drives exceptional thinking forward, creating ever-expanding possibilities for achievement and impact.